And welcome back to class, everybody. It's Mark. My laptop has been fixed. I'm able to record again, so I'm happy to put out one of our final videos for this semester, spring 2016. This will be one of the shorter videos that I will be posting during the course of this semester because the end is very, very close. We only have 2 weeks left in the semester, and we only have really one more project to complete. There is a couple of minor things that are due in the final week of the semester, but this is the last big one. So smile, class is almost over. I'm going to jump into class sessions, and we'll scroll down to session 15. And as you'll see, the only thing you really have to do this week is polish up that final argumentative essay and get it turned in. Not too much else to do. To help you get to that point, there are a couple of readings in the revision folder, but these are ones you've seen before. There's nothing new here in revising drafts from the Writing Center and revising your paper from Purdue OWL. Likely, you've already read these before. There's also a very short video. I think this is only a couple of minutes. There it is, 2 minutes and 38 seconds that you can watch as well. But what else can you do besides looking at these two articles and watching this video? Well, I suggest, if you can, once you think you have a pretty good draft, turn it in to turnitin.com. Didn't mean to say it in that order, but that's the way it came out. Because someone else will proofread it for you and turn it around in a very short period of time and get it back to you. But what else can you do besides that? Trade papers with another student. Give it to an instructor in a different class and ask them to read it. And you may find it helpful if you have this luxury. Ask one person to read it for ideas and content, but have someone else read it for mistakes and spelling and grammar and sentence construction. And don't forget, as I've said before, the first thing I do before I even read your paper for content when I get one of these turned in is I hit the F7 button, which is spelling grammar check. So you might as well hit that before you turn it in to me. And when I do hit the F7 button and it comes back no mistakes found, well, I know you're paying attention to detail, and that's a beautiful thing. So give your paper away. The more people that read it, the better. Here is the paper assignment folder. I won't go through these items in detail because you've already seen these. The PowerPoint on the Rogerian argument, the paper instructions, and a sample paper. But I can't emphasize enough that the whole point of the Rogerian argument is to find a consensus, find a middle ground, find a point upon which the two sides of your issue, your side and the opposition, can come to an agreement. You may not be able to convince the other side of the overall point, but you still may be able to find a component of your issue upon which both sides can agree. And that's what I'll be looking for when I read these. And I'll also point out before I go any further, your annotated bibliographies were due last night. That was Sunday. This is Monday, April 25th. I haven't read them yet. I will get to them as quickly as I can. When your paper is finished, you're going to submit it right here. Now, can you also send a paper to me to look at before you turn it in? Of course. I'd be happy to do that for you, and you're going to need to email that one to me. You can also text me beforehand and let me know that it's coming, and I'll keep an eye out for it. But yes, you're welcome to send it to me if you think maybe you haven't entirely structured it correctly or that you haven't come to the right consensus. I'm happy to do that for you. I want to see everyone in this class do as well as possible. And that, believe it or not, is it. As I mentioned, one or two minor things to do for next week. And we tried to keep the course workload as light as possible for this week so you can spend all the time and attention that you can making this last final essay your absolute best. If you have the luxury of time and you can do this, it works out well for me when I was a student, is that I would get my draft as good as I possibly could. I'd given it to a couple other people to read, and then I would set it down for a few days and not look at it and not think about it for at least 48 hours. 36 if I was really caught up, although that doesn't always happen. And then give it another reread before I turned it in. Because when you put it aside and don't think about it for a day or two, when you do pick it up and read it again, it's as if you're reading the work of someone else, and it really helps you see errors you might not have spotted otherwise. That's it for this brief video for this week. I look forward to hearing from anyone with questions. Text me at 812-498-4200. My email address, as always, is mstenger and the number 1 at ivytech.edu. Good luck, everybody. Reach out to me if you need to. Have a great week.